Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals. Welcome back to my channel to another Plan With Me video. I am planning the week of the 3rd of February in my A5 wide vertical 1-column inserts from my shop, and I am using this cherry on top kit from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10%. I'm also using a Plannerface foil bundle in gold in the hearts, and I do have some extra bougie boxes because I need them, and then I also have the heart doodle underlays from my shop. So these are all of the stickers I have pulled out ready, and we will get into the spread. So as I said, I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10% and also get an extra freebie. It does mean I get some free things for promoting for her, but I do love Plannerface and I use her shop regularly, as you'll know if you watch my videos, so it is genuine, my love for Plannerface. The second thing I want to say is that I am full of cold at the moment. You might be able to hear it in my voice, but I can definitely hear it in my voice, so if you hear me sniff or cough, I really apologise, but I'm not going to stop the video 3 million times. This is life, and yeah. So that's kind of it for all of that sort of thing. I was not very well this week at all. I was very poorly the Friday, Saturday, Sunday particularly, so there's that. I was in a lot of pain on the Thursday and then started being really poorly on the Friday, and I was like, oh, this is why. So on to the books that I read this week, which is, I've got 4 to talk about, so I best get straight into it. I'm going to speed over the first one, which is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I do not support the author of these books. She is transphobic, and I will never ever respect somebody like that. I have separated in my own mind the books from the author. I know not everybody can do that. That is a privilege to be able to do, and I will never do anything that gives J.K. Rowling money, or I try my best not to, so there's that. But I love the Harry Potter books. They are a comfort read for me, and they're also what I often listen to go to bed, so I listened to them a lot when I was poorly this week, so yeah. Moving on. The next book here is My Sister the Serial Killer, and this was one of my 25 and 25, so this is 25 recommendations from 25 friends in 2025. So I ended up giving this 2.5 stars. It really wasn't my favourite book. So, oh god, I've just lost my review. Coraday's sister has killed many of her ex-partners, and she phones, so it's Iola has killed again. She phones Coraday to help her clean up the mess, and the third boyfriend she's killed in self-defense. When Iola starts to date a doctor colleague of Coraday's that Coraday's been in love with for a long time, will the love of her sister mean she continues to protect her, or will she let Iola down to save the man she's been in love with? I went into this book with no idea what to expect, having been recommended by a friend on my 25 and 2025. I'm not sure I was prepared for the sort of novel it was. It reads like a just disjointed diary of a few months of Coraday's life, and there isn't really any plot or character development. There's like a bit of plot, but not loads. There are some deep moral dilemmas, and they could have been explored a lot better in my opinion. I just feel like it missed the mark, and I was a bit let down. There was not that much inner turmoil that was and it wasn't addressed, and there were bits of the story, like the whole bits about the father, that were never really finished or had any conclusion, and I think it should have had a few more chapters. The ending was also a real letdown. It just showed how little progress there was, and that, to be honest, the book had all been a bit pointless. All of that being said, although I feel disappointed in it, it wasn't a bad book, it just wasn't for me. I need some more character development or some story development, and this didn't really have either. I did enjoy listening to it, but I mostly finished it feeling a bit disappointed. That's kind of my summary of, how I felt about it, but I don't know, it's a strange one, but yeah, ended up with 2.5 stars. My next book got 3.5 stars, which was Kismet Connection, which I also listened to via audio, and Nala is very, very involved in this video. She just would not leave me alone. When we get onto the day by day, she has gone, but up until then, she is all over this. So yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy my little Nala poking her head in. And Soph, if you're watching this video, this is the one where Nala was being Riddick during a video call. Anyway, the next book is the Kismet Connection, and I give this 3.5 stars. So Arjun and Madhuri have had their astrological charts read yearly by Madhuri's mother. When Arjun's predicts success and Madhuri's total failure, Madhuri decides to run an experiment to prove her chart and the family curse, which is marrying your first ever partner, is wrong. This experiment is dating the last guy she can ever imagine falling for, her best friend Arjun, but Arjun's feelings are different. This is a nice, cute romance. I gave it 3.5 stars. I love the premise and execution, despite not really believing in astrological readings. I loved aspects of found family and cutting out toxic family members, which I think is something that isn't in enough books. I absolutely loved that. It's so often swept under the carpet and not considered, even when relationships are clearly harmful, so it was done really well in this novel, and I was really glad to see it. Couldn't rank this higher because I really didn't like Madhuri. I felt like Arjun deserved better. I deserved someone who didn't debate whether the love that they shared was worth it. Honestly, it kind of angered me how she felt about him at times, and I just couldn't get behind their romance in the end because I felt bad for Arjun. But the aspects of found family and measuring success under different terms was fab, and I was glad they were explored as well. So all in all, it was okay, but I couldn't get behind the romance, and it's a romance book, so what do you expect from me? And then another disappointing read. Oh, it wasn't a good reading week, was it? So we have Greta and Valden, which took me forever to read. I ended up giving it 3 stars, which I can't decide whether it feels generous in relation to My Sister the Serial Killer, but also I feel like it's right as well. But anyway, so this is basically a book following 2 siblings, Greta and Valden, as they navigate their sexuality, identity and love lives, whilst they also learn their own self-worth. They are both non-straight people, they're both LGBT, and that is explored a lot. I really wanted to love this. I know it's really highly rated generally and really loved, and I know it, I can't remember whether it won Goodreads Novel of the Year or whatever, but it definitely was nominated. But anyway, until the end, it didn't really feel like anything happened, and it was maybe just a bit too much character based for me. I didn't really like that we didn't see Greta and Valden together very much until near the end, and so I didn't really care about their relationship, which was like a prime feature of it. It just felt like a stream of events happening. There are a lot of characters, and I feel like I need a family tree, and I'm not somebody who generally uses those. There are 2 books I've read this year that I feel could benefit from a family tree, or whatever. One of them is this, and the other is a graphic novel, and that's just because the drawings are quite similar, but just different colours and stuff, so I feel like I need one for that as well. But that's just my brain not thinking in pictures. Anyway, I felt a bit lost and struggled to remember who was who at times, which didn't help my enjoyment at all. What I did love is Greta and Valden were truly themselves. They didn't stress about being their authentic selves, and I wish everybody showed that level of confidence and they were their own quirky selves. I also adore the realistic amount of queer people in the novel, and a lot of the book is about people moving and travelling, and I loved learning backstories and steam, but how do people move and travel that much? I'd find that really stressful. I don't know. I didn't gel with the book, but I did overall enjoy it, but it was a real slog for me to read, so ended up with 3 stars. That's kind of where we're at. And that's it for the books. So it's time to get into the day by day, which is good because I'm already putting down the boxes for Friday and only have about 9 minutes to talk about my week. And so we will get into it. We do have day extenders on Monday and Wednesday, and I think that's it. So we will get straight into it. So on Monday, I started the day with doing odd jobs. Odd jobs is something I mark in when basically I'm not doing anything specific, or lots of little jobs that don't take up very much time, but I don't want to not mark them. I don't feel the need to mark each one, but it takes a lot of time when they're put together, so I just mark odd jobs. Then I was doing some laundry and had my planner call with Bestie, which is something we try and do every week. We are actually going to miss it next week, but most weeks we do our planner call. Then I did some crocheting and went to see Dr. Gilligan. My husband had this day off, and I suspect I crocheted in the car on the way to see Dr. Gilligan, who is my perinatal mental health consultant. Then we went for a Nando's day. We love a Nando's. Cheeky Nando's day. And then we had antenatal class, which was about like the stages of labour and stuff like that. So we went to that, and then we did a bit of shopping at the stores near where those 2 appointments were. So I think we went to the grocery shop, maybe, I don't really remember. And then we went on to the designer outlet, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a outlet shopping centre with designer brands. Generally, we did some shopping there. And then in the evening, I had Rangers and they were doing DV, so I just marked that in as well. On to Tuesday, I was at work, and then we had GP online teaching, so I had that. I then did some pacing to get the last of my steps in, designed some graphics for my Valentine's sale, but honestly, can't remember. Then we went and did the food shop, so we mustn't have food shopped on the Monday. We did go to M&S and have a look at prams a little bit, but yeah, anyway, I'm remembering now. Then I did some reading. I don't know what book I was reading, I've just marked read in, and then we did a guide, and then we had guides then I had guides in the evening, and it was like we did some stuff on like guiding in the war, which was quite a lot of fun. Then on to the Wednesday. This was a busier day. I don't work on Wednesdays, so yeah. I scheduled my Instagram. I normally try and do that on a Monday. I try and do 9 days at a time, so I get a bit ahead, because I would like to be able to take some time off with baby. But yeah, I'd scheduled Instagram, then read a book to Bump, and did some crocheting. Then Kirsten came around, who is I actually met her when I was in hospital, in mental health hospital, and she's now part of the perinatal team as like a support worker, so she has been seeing me as well, and it was really nice. We just had a good chat, so we had that. Then I had a midwife appointment, and I always like to mark in what baby's heart rate is doing during these appointments, because honestly it's a bit of a blood pressure check, urine check, everything alright, good, carry on. Listen to baby. So the important part of that is listening to baby to me. So baby's heart rate was 150 beats per minute this day. Then went on a walk. I think we walked back through town and stuff just to make the walk a bit more interesting, so I was getting steps in. Then I filled in some of my pregnancy journal. So this is a book for both us and for baby when baby is older, to like remember pregnancy and look back on all of the things that happened during our pregnancy and that made Bubby. Then I stickered my journal nice and ready for my journaling. I like to do this in advance because it makes me more likely to use my journal. Then I got really stressed out looking at life insurance. Basically, because of my mental health problems, we're really struggling to get my life insured. It's looking at the moment like we might have to insure Socian's life separately and wait until I have been well for longer, because I had I think I had 4 shifts off work in December because I was getting really burnt out, because I've basically taken no annual leave because I've saved it all for pre-mat leave. So we had a really stressful time like answering questions and stuff, and then nothing's come of it so far. One of them was via a broker, and we're going to get back in touch with her and see if she's managed to get us anything, but it was incredibly stressful and put us really in a bit of a slump. So yeah, I've just marked in life insurance and stressed out. Then I did some reading of Greta and Valdin. In the evening it was pregnancy yoga, so I had that, and I just marked in that we were really tired. I think the life insurance made us like really fatigued and burnt out, to be honest with you, and the week never really gets better from there. So on Thursday, the first thing I marked in that is that I was absolutely knackered. I was so tired in the morning. I had work, and then I'm going to do a big yawn. I met with Rachel, who is my sort of line manager / now friend. So we had a cup of coffee and a catch up. I did some reading of Greta and Valdin. When I came home, all I wanted to do was cuddle my husband because my hip was really, really sore. My Journal Say order had also arrived, so I had a look through that. We did some reading to bump and I did some crocheting. I have been crocheting quite a lot recently because I have made blankets for my nephew and my friend's baby. They were both born, well, actually, friend's baby was born on the 1st of February, but they were both due in January. And then I'm trying to make a blanket for our baby and some cardigans, newborn cardigans as well. So I'm crocheting a lot. Anyway, on to Friday. I took the day off because of how sore I was feeling. And then when I actually got out of bed, I was really, really sick, vomiting wise. So I marked that in. And look how cute little Riley from Rhyme and Maid is. Isn't he just the cutest? Anyway, so I then did a load of crocheting and some reading again of Greta and Valdin, but honestly I spent most of the day resting in and out of bed and I was just feeling really, really unwell, and I just went to bed. To be honest, it was a day of pretty much doing nothing other than trying to take care of myself. Saturday was pretty much the same. I slept in, I was feeling really poorly, I did some reading, I tried to do some memory planning to like pull up my mood and stuff. Didn't really work, so I went for a sleep. And that kind of helped, but I was still feeling rough. Did some crocheting, I set up Socian's bullet journal, and then I put some nails on because I was feeling up to that, but I was still not feeling very well at all. So Sunday carried on, I was still not very well, had a lazy morning and then went back to bed for a nap. As you can see, this was a really difficult few days poorliness wise, so I got absolutely nothing productive really done, and just, yeah. So then I tried to do some editing, but the editing made me so tired that I then took a nap. This is why I'm so behind on editing. Basically at the beginning of February I got behind on videos and I've just never caught back up. I'm trying to today, but I doubt I will because it's already quite late in the day and I have another 3 videos that I would like to get edited, but it's already like 4:20, so I doubt I'm going to get all of them edited. But anyway, then I had another nap because this was just the week of naps. Soch wasn't actually very well this day, and I think some of the naps this day were with him. He was, not very well either. He got it off me, clearly. But he wasn't as sick as I was, but he had the same like body aches and exhaustion. I also did some reading. I started reading Bonding with Your Bump, which was another terrible book. Oh my gosh, such a bad reading for you little series. Then in the evening I did manage to design some scripts and do some crocheting to finish off the week. But yeah, it was not the best week. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it was. It was a really hard week and I really struggled with it. And I don't really know what else to say, but the spread looks gorgeous at least, and I'm glad we have that at least. I love Valentine's Day spreads. The 9th is actually our dating anniversary, but I haven't marked that in, but that is partly why I use a Valentine's kit for this week, because the 9th's our dating anniversary. But yeah, here are my leftovers, and that is just about it for this video. Look at that gold foil doing its good little pop in. Comment, like down below, all that kind of jazz. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!